This is about reflection of sound. Sound bounces off a solid or a liquid like a ball bounces off a wall. So sound gets reflected at the surface of the solid or liquid and follows the same laws of reflection as the light follows. That is, the angle of reflection is equal to the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. And second, the incident sound, the normal at the point of incidence, and the reflected sound. All these three lie on the same plane. Now, what is echo? Okay, echo is if we shout or clap near a suitable reflecting surface such as the tall building or a mountain, we hear the same sound again a little later. This sound which we hear is called an echo. You know, now what is the minimum distance to hear a distinct echo? The minimum distance to hear a distinct echo. Okay, the sensation of sound persists in our brain for about zero point 0.1 second. The sensation of sound. Suppose if I say A, this A, sound A will persist in our brain for 0.1 second. Okay. So to hear a distinct echo, the time interval between the original sound and the reflected one must be at least 0.1 second. So if the speed of sound we take is 344 meter per second at a given temperature at about 22 degrees Celsius in air, the sound must go to the obstacle and reach back to ear of the listener on reflection after zero point 0.1 second. Hence, the total distance covered by the sound from the point of generation to the point of reflecting surface, and back should be at least 344 into 0.1. 344 into 0.1. So that comes to be 34.4 meter. It's okay, 44 meter. What is this 44 meter? 34.4 meter. This 34.4 meter is is 3 into 44. This is the speed of sound in air at 22 degrees Celsius multiplied by 0 0.1 second. Why 0 0.1 second? Because that is that much duration the sound persists in our brain. So that comes to be 34.4. Thus, for hearing a distinct echo, the minimum distance of the obstacle from the source of sound must be half of this distance, that is 17.2 meter. Half of this 34.4 is 17.2 meter. So to hear a distinct echo, the distance between the source of production of sound to the reflector should be 17.2 meter it is. So this is the minimum distance. So this distance will change with the temperature of air. Yes, because the speed of sound changes with okay, the speed of sound changes with temperature. So echoes may be heard more than once due to successive reflection of or multiple reflection of due to multiple reflection of sound. So the rolling of thunder is due to the successive reflection of the sound from a number of reflecting surfaces such as the clouds and the land. Now, what is reverberation? Reverberation, a sound created in a big hall, will persist by repeated reflection from the walls until it is reduced to the value where it is no longer audible. Okay, so it is a multiple reflection from the walls of the building or the hall unless it is reduced to zero. So the repeated reflection that results in this persistent of sound is called reverberation. Okay, in an auditorium or a big hall, excessive reverberation is highly undesirable. Means it is not desirable because that will affect the because the voice will not be audible to the will not be clearly audible to the audience. So this is highly undesirable in auditorium. To reduce reverberation, the roof and the walls of the auditorium are generally covered with sound absorbent. Which can absorb the sound. Materials like compressed fireboard. So the material, this compressed fireboard, it is a kind of material which absorbs sound. Rough plaster, not a smooth plaster, rough plaster, or draperies are fitted on the walls so that it can absorb sound. The seat materials are also selected on the basis of their sound observing properties. But this reverberation has some uses also. So what are the uses of multiple reflection of sound? So this is used in microphones or loudspeakers. Horns, musical instruments such as trumpets and shahnais are all such designed to send sound in a particular direction without spreading it in all directions. So the reverberation or multiple reflection is used in megaphones, loudspeakers, trumpets, and the shahnais, all this. In these instruments, a tube followed by a conical opening. Reflects sound successively to guide most of the sound wave from the source in the forward direction towards the audience. The next application of this multiple reflection of sound is a stethoscope. The doctor uses a stethoscope to check the heartbeat or the functioning of the internal organ. A stethoscope is a medical instrument used for listening to sound produced within the body, chiefly in the heart or the lungs. In a stethoscope, the sound of the patient's heartbeat reaches the doctor's ears by multiple reflection of sound. And that sound which the doctor hears is okay, is much more louder, okay, and that is the that may be the, okay, that is the beat of the heartbeat, or something is there in the lungs, so that is also, okay, a doctor can recognize, okay, because of the sound. Now